The Madman!
Got a great Skylanders Ring of Heroes video for you today. This is sponsored by Com2Us, third video in the series, and this is going to talk about the transition from the early game to the mid game. We've built up to this part with incremental advantages, and now it's time for the slam dunk, finishing the last quest in part 1. Defeating Pinata. Of the early game challenges, I think defeating Pinata caps it. Pinata has a bit of a jump in terms of power level, and also it's around this time where you're starting to get capped on the level of your Skylanders. Your 3-star Skylanders getting capped at level 40. So what can you do? My attack power isn't enough to match this. I might actually be able to win with the runes that I've put on my Skylanders, especially Stealth Elf, but let's try to overkill this, shall I? First of all, how can I power up my Skylanders? Well, power up is a pretty good way. Stealth Elf in particular, you might know. You've been offered so many Stealth Elves already, and this is a great one to power up because of that. This is where you're going to need a bunch of upgrade elixirs, which you can get from the distorted dimensions. That's useful when you have many of the soul stones. If you don't have the soul stones for your favorite Skylanders, then get more stealth stones. So first, to stop by the distorted dimensions, since I want to focus on my Stealth Elf, the life dungeon is a good place to go. Why? Well, I can look at the drop info, select the stage that I've worked my way up to, stage 5. This has the upgrade elixir that I'm looking for. It also has life ore, which is going to come in handy. You'll notice that my team, 11,000 in power, is actually able to take out this rating of 14,000. That's because the mobs are just level 20. The boss is kind of level 20, but with superior ruins and a good team composition, give the higher attack values a shot. You just might be able to take them out. I'm skipping forward to the Life Destroyer encounter at the end, just to show that this team is able to defeat this by focus firing the boss, ignoring the ads over there on the side, using the capabilities of my support Skylander in order to buff and heal my team while allowing my good old Stealth Elf to carry this team on her back. Way to go, taking down a way higher attack value level of boss. And to collect more elixirs, 10x auto battle can be done in order to gather up the goods. I've got my 5 elixirs. It's time to power up Stealth Elf up to +5. Carry me further, Stealth Elf. At the maximum power up level, you can evolve the Skylander to get her even stronger. In order to evolve a Skylander, you're gonna need a decent amount of the Soul Stone, but you're also gonna need to reach max level for the stars of that Skylander. And for this is level 40, but I have put her right on the verge of being level 40. Let's just top her over the edge with a few potions. And let's evolve the Stealth Elf. Pow. Nice. Plus stars, plus attack, plus defense, plus HP, but perhaps more importantly, now I can level her beyond level 40. And if you're feeling particularly ambitious, and you should, especially for Stealth Elf at the beginning, since you get so many Stealth Elf Soul Stones, you can awaken the Skylanders. This allows them to take on a new look, much more fierce, raise the values, upgrade a skill, in this case Stealth Elf's signature Stealth, with a lot of Soul Stones, which you get plenty of for Stealth Elf, and Life Ore, which you get through the dimensions, and Life Ore Legendary, which you get through the harder sections of the dimensions, or by combining a bunch of the rare Life Ore, you can get the Legendary Life Ore. Once you've evolved your Skylander, you can power her up even further with more power-ups, since you have a bunch of Soul Stones of Stealth Elf. Let's power her up. Once I get to +5 on her again, I can evolve her again in order to raise the maximum level even further, transform her into a 5-star, get her attack and defense up and HP. Another thing I'm gonna do in order to improve my Stealth Elf, Blade Slash is pretty cool. That bonus hit when the crit hit lands is a big deal. Let me power this up with the upgrade stones I got from the Mirage Tower. Nice. Attack plus 5%, making Stealth Elf even more fearsome.
A few moments later.
I've run through a bunch of distorted dimensions, and now it is time to awaken the Stealth Elf. Awaken! Wow. This grants Stealth Elf the ability Superior Stealth. This awakening system is brand new to the Skylanders universe, and each Skylander basically has a really cool looking form past its original now. You're also rewarded a little bit for leveling up to Skylanders, as well as awakening them, which means that there is incentive to awakening and leveling up many of these Skylanders, as well as, of course, for just having the variety to choose from in battle. Stealth Elf, I still haven't ever collected these gems, so... Cha-ching! And there's my awakening complete. And I have all these other gems across these other elements as well. Now, just a matter of getting my runes upgraded in order to face the next challenge. Power up a few runes. Alright, now I've hit all of my runes up to +9 on the Stealth Elf. This has given them a new level, which gives them a third attribute apiece. In truth, up till now, I've just put trash runes on Deja Vu for the HP plus 10%, attack plus 25%, but I think it is time to actually gear up Deja Vu a bit. More reasonable runes. So I have Deja Vu set as my healer and as my buffer, so therefore attack does not matter at all for her. After glancing through my sets, my resist runes aren't very good, so I'm going to put the most relevant one onto that slot. Plus 10 defense. And here I will place a fairly trashy rune, but at least it has HP plus 1%, which probably is the biggest effect I can have for this spot. I looked at 3 and 4, and those had useful ones for warding. My 3 and 4 spot here looks like they're adding defense, and defense plus percentage, which looks really good. Power up the Deja Vu. As well as the Wallop. And let's do this! Finish out the Rainbow Valley and destroy the Candy Grinder. Still got a little bit of a lower valley than the opponents, but with the ruins and the new skill and just how this team is working together, making sure that I equip the support skills on Deja Vu, I think we can take out the Candy Grinder. Stealth. Oh, cow. Stealth Elf just popped off there on the trash. Alright, stealth up. Stealth Elf! The crits! The crits! Unbelievable power! And that completes our part 1 quest. Going to the quests, and finally completing quest 97 gives us that ultra premium ticket, which is pretty awesome. Enigma, a mysterious being whose identity has never been uncovered. Looks neat. Unfortunately, the invisibility mode doesn't really synergize with Stealth Elf now, does it? Gives us some more potential if we decide to move away from Stealth Elf. Then Enigma is here. But let's go ahead and conclude this video on the Ultra Premium ticket. True. Lightning rods are in my future. Tide pulls, perhaps? Wow, lightning rod really wanted to come into my life. An attack wind hero. Cool. I believe a little bit weak on the wind area, so that's nice. So what's next from here? Well, keep training those Skylanders. I'm gonna want to keep evolving my Stealth Elf, keep gathering the resources needed for Stealth Elf with more Stealth Elf Soul Stones, continuing to get them elixirs. Elixir is always useful for upgrading everything else as well. We'll see if I can maybe someday replace Wallop and Deja Vu as also the core team. Perhaps something better comes up. They've come a long way with our Skylanders. Next time, we enter the arena and we match up against players to test our skills against other players with our Skylanders. So stay tuned for that Skylanders Ring of Heroes arena video, as well as, hey, if you haven't joined us on our journey yet, what are you waiting for? Download the game using the link below.